Good morning, Flosstube. My name is Jenny and this is video number 3. And I'm so glad to make this new video. I want to thank you for all your lovely comments and support. It's been really nice. It has been really nice to read your comments, and they are full of positive thoughts and encouragement. Thank you very much. I remember one of them from Wesley Studios. Hello guys, how are you? They wrote me that perhaps I don't have many near friends, but through the videos I have a lot of virtual friends, so thank you very much. That was really sweet. Okay, I also want to thank you, Marlene, also for her lovely comment and support. Yeah, to everyone, thank you very much. I don't have the words, of course, but thank you, means a lot to me. Okay, in this video I want to show some of my whips, well, almost all of them, but some of the comments asked me about this piece that I show in my first video, and I didn't talk about it. This is obviously my name. I use the letters from Mirabilias, and basically you know, change the colors and with the material I have in hand. So here it is. I don't remember exactly what materials I use, what floss, but you can see some beads and crystals and everything. And yeah, that's my name. I need to lace again because let me show you. I haven't framed it, and I feel a little wrinkles, so I need to do it again, the lacing part. But yeah, that's my name. So here it is. It's from Mirabilias, from her collection of letters, fairy letters, I think. Okay, I want to start with the whip parade. Whip parade. I put all the fabric together so it will be easy, but I will insert some pictures so you can see the final design. Okay, let's try. Okay, this is Autumn by a kit from Bucilla. I start this piece in the original material, Aida, from the kit, but I didn't like it very much. Let me show you. I mean, the fabric is okay and everything, but I don't like it in the Aida because of the cover of the black part, I guess. I don't know. And I started again in this linen, so it's much more it's also the Aida was 14 and the linen is 28, so it's basically the same, but I like the coverage more here, so we'll see how it goes. So this is Autumn by Bucilla. Okay, now this is another whip. This is an angel. I put the name, you know, and it's also stitching in a 28 linen. I hand dyed this piece also, and I really don't like this design very much, but my mother asked me to stitch this angel, but I don't know, I don't feel very motivated to continue, so we'll see. It's a lovely piece, but I don't know. Okay, next is Angel of Dreams by Lavender and Lace. It's also stitched in a piece of 28 linen, which I hand dyed, and I'm making a conversion of the colors. I'm using blues and pinks, and I have already made the face. It's very nice. I'm using beads, but mostly I'm changing the colors and, you know, the materials. But it's really pretty. I have to work again on her. Okay, next this is from, let me see, Blessed with Happiness from Cat's Whisker Design. This is this is going to form a box, and it's stitched in a Jobelan 28. It's really stiff, and I like it. I'm using some floss that I also hand dyed, and I like the colors and I like the design, but you know, it's a whip. So here it is. I have to make a box with these pieces. Next, let me arrange the fabric. I have a design from Ink Circles. Is Circle the Circles, and this piece is stitched with DMC. I will write the numbers, and the fabric is also a linen. I get this fabric from Picture This Plus, I guess. Was more darker, but was darker, I mean, but I dye it again to try to make it clear, and I'm almost done. I mean, 3/4, I guess. But that's it. That's my whip. I admire Abby's finished piece. She just frame it, I guess, or show it, and it's lovely. It's lovely. His piece of this design. Thank you, Abby, for showing that. Next, I got this piece. Is I really just started and did nothing really. This is Florally from Papillon Creations. This is stitched in a piece of Belfast. I I don't remember exactly where I get it. It's an opalescent piece. I don't know if you can see, but I bought a piece of a Gloriana floss, and but it's really pretty, the color. But I want a little more of variation in the color, so I guess I will start this again. I mean, it's not much that I have done, and I was thinking of getting one of these hang silks, and with from Silk for Us in Etsy. So perhaps I will get one piece of that and start this design again. It's really pretty. Okay, next I have a design from the Hearts Content. It's a kit from it's called Splendor 4. You can see it. I'm changing the colors. I will post the colors so you can see it. There are stitching in DMC, and this is Lugana 25. I'm stitching 1/1 with full crosses, and it's a nice design. I mean, it's kind of funky and funny, but I like it. Oops. Okay, next, this is my only head, and I guess will be my last one because I don't know, I feel so overwhelmed with the design. It's a beautiful design. I love the art of this design, and I decided to make just a small part of the design. No, the whole one, but I don't know, it's I guess I might consider this an UFO because I don't know, it's hard. I'm not used to stitch this kind of full coverage, but yeah, oh, it's looking pretty. Okay. I don't have the floss. I made you know, my box with all the floss and everything, but I was so, I don't know, not happy with the design. Well, not with the design, but with the project, that I took the floss, and you know, I have to redoing her box. But yeah, that's well, I didn't mention her name is Lady of Lake by Sarah Butcher. It's a head. I was looking the other day, and I think that this design is not longer available in the Heaven and Earth site. But yeah, here she is. Okay, next I have some designs by Passione Ricamo. This is Queen of Fairies by Passione Ricamo, and here she is. The fabric is oceanic. It's an opalescent linen. Oceanic, I think, was from Silk Weaver, I guess. And I make a big boo-boo with this because the fabric is not going to be enough in this part, so I will have to rearrange the skirt or something, but I won't have enough fabric from all the designs, so I don't know. Perhaps I will cut it. I mean, I just stitch some part of the skirt, but I love her, and I love her in this fabric. I think, look, she looks really pretty. So I don't know what I will do with her. Right now is a whip. Okay, next, also from Passione Ricamo, I have Enchanted Fairy. This is a design that I love. I don't have very much done, just part of the skirt. And this project we went to vacation to the beach, and I started in the beach, you know, next to the pool and everything, and then I keep it and didn't stitch her again. I'm using DMC and some metallic floss, so we'll give a nice touch. But I guess because this metallic is kind of hard to work with, I don't know, I get tired of this. The fabric is really pretty. It's from let me see, it's called Moon Princess. It's a Jaslyn, and I guess it's from Silk Weaver. I'm not quite sure, but yeah, here she is. Okay, next I have some Mirabilias. These girls are, you know, this design is mermaids of deep blue. The fabric is a Lugana Solo 28, and here they are with her beautiful face and some of the hair already done, and meet their bodies. Yeah, I love mermaids, so this is a really nice project to work with. You know, I was talking the other time about rotation, but I'm not really have a rotation. I mean, I stitch my projects according with what I feel like, and that's it. Some of you in your comments were talking about how fast a stitcher, or how fast I stitch. No, not very fast. I'm more a slow stitcher, but I have many years stitching, so that's okay. I mean, this is a hobby. This is, suppose we have to enjoy this process, and I do. So it's not a race, I guess. And sometimes I feel overwhelmed with my whips, but also I love all of them more than others, more projects perhaps than others, but there are beautiful designs, and when I pick them and when I work with them, I enjoy it very much. So yeah, it's not a race. I mean, some of you in your video say stitching all the things. Yeah, I like that. I like to stitch all the things. This one is also from Mirabilias. is T43 and I love this design. I haven't done a lot, just a few stitches. I love this design because it's beautiful and because, you know, it's represent my daughters and myself. So I really like that design. And this one, T43, is stitching in a piece of jasmine. I can't remember the color, but it's a brown piece of jasmine 28. It's really nice to work with in that fabric, you know. It's really soft. Okay, let me put this over here. Hopefully nothing wrong will happen. Okay, I also have this piece. I start this little book many years ago. I don't know if you can tell, it's my name, and in the cover little angels, and it says Carta de Colores, color chart, DMC. So the fabric is a linen that I hand dyed. You can see a little of the color. The idea that I have was to stitch all the DMC colors, you know, as a chart. And yeah, I mean, I already, it's not finished just with pins, but you can see, that's it. And once it's finished, you can see all the colors here. So it's not really hard, but I have to stitch all the colors. I put it together to show you how it will look when it's finished, but yeah, that's it. I think it's cool. So here's another whip, another project, and I have some more recent whips. This one I started this year. Is what is this? The Mystery Sample by Linen and Threads, and I'm doing just a third of the design. So I don't know what I will do with the design once it's finished, but I like it. I'm using 4 colors. I will write the DMC colors, and the fabric, I didn't have a fabric to stitch this because it's a large piece. So I went to my local fabric store and I bought this fabric. This is not cross stitch fabric. This is like fabric for curtains or for home decoration. So, but I was, you know, looking for a kind of linen or something, and I like this. I guess it's looking a little weird because the threads are, I mean, it's an even weave, but I'm stitching 2 by 3, so the crosses came square because one thread is smaller than the other. So I know it's a little experiment. I kind of like it, how it looks, and yeah, this is all my my fabric, so it's going to be a big piece, but I don't know, perhaps I use it as part of a curtain or something like that. I like it. I like it. This hopefully I come out looking good. Okay, one of my new whips I start this piece this year. And I start this in Stitch Mania of this year, and I really like this design, really the colors and everything. I love it, but I don't know, I started, and you know, when you don't feel so motivated, I don't know, something weird happened with this, because I love this little princess, and the colors are my colors, you know, pinks and purples and blue and soft colors, and I love her very much, but I didn't feel, you know, in the mood. So I will still working on her, but she have to wait a little. Also in Stitch Mania of this year, I start another Mirabilia. She is Venetian opulence, and this one my husband was, you know, I was trying to pick some new church. It was for my birthday, and he saw her, and he said, oh, she's really pretty, and I said, okay, I will stitch it for you. And I didn't like it at first very much, but she's so gorgeous, and I think that I will prefer working on Sleeping Princess, but no, I work a lot in Venetian, and also I did some back stitching of her face with the technique using by Claire. I will post her Flosstube channel, and I think she looks amazing. It's kind of you know, of one of Mirabilias queen. I don't have any of the queens, but she's kind of royal, of royal looking. Well, one of my whips you saw in my last video is Morning Song, and in this week I finished the skirts, and they are all finished with the shades and everything. And yeah, I'm working on the baby blanket, but hopefully I will finish this soon. The design is really pretty. I'm stitching this in Aida. Some of you in your comments asked me which one was my favorite fabric, and well, I prefer Lugana 28, but I stitch in linen and in Aida, and I was telling in my comment, you don't have to stitch in an even weave or a linen or something. If you like Aida, it's a great material, it's a great fabric. I was this morning watching a video from Robert, hello Robert, and he stitched his Mirabilias in Aida, and they look amazing. I mean, this one is not a Mirabilia, but it's lavender and lace. But Aida is a wonderful fabric. I mean, it's not a war between fabrics. You can stitch in anything you want, as long as you enjoyed it. So that's okay. Well, I'm going to show some of my Chatelaines whips. Okay, first of all, let's see. This is Alpine Seasons. The fabric is an opal, opalescent. I think is Lugana, and it was a silk weaver solo. In this piece, I'm using DMC. Let me see. Yeah, this is DMC conversion, and I'm using national beads and material that I found in my needle store. So the beads are really large and irregular but I don't think they look bad. So here is my Alpine. I have finished the centerpiece and I have to finish the trees and the mountains. But yeah, this is Alpine. Okay, next. This is Japanese garden, also stitched in a piece of Lugana, a silk weaver solo, and also finished the center. In this piece I'm using Vicky Clayton's silks. She used to sell conversion packs for the Chatelaine designs, so I get many of these packs of silks, and that's it. I really like this design. Well, I like all of them, but it's really pretty. And the fabric, I guess you can see some of the colors. They are really nice and soft, my kind of colors. Also, when I got a Japanese garden, or before, I can't remember, I get the octagon box, and I have to stitch this part. I start everything in 2007. So I guess I will live with that year. Was the year of the beginning of this project, and yeah, this is part of the box, of the octagon box. Yeah, the materials, I bought the complete kit, so the fabric from European XS from Cindy, and the fabric is a 32 linen and light blue. So yeah, this is octagon Japanese box. Next, I have, this is for Stephanie was asking me in Instagram about this design. Originally was mystery what? Well, it's King's Vegetable Garden Mystery 9, I guess, was originally. And yeah, I changed the center of the design. I put some crystals and, you know, play a little with the center. And I'm using also Vicky Clayton silks. They are different from the materials that Martina asked in this design, but I think they're looking really pretty. You know, you can see some of the beads and the crystals. Yeah, of course, if you don't use Martina's color, it's not going to be exactly the same, but I like it. And that's it. This one, when I get this kit, it was originally a mystery, so you don't know what it's going to look, and I wasn't really, you know, in love of the final design. Ah, itchy nose. A Flosstuber. But I guess I don't know. I was feeling a little weird about the final design, but when I saw my piece, I kind of like it. I mean, it's not exactly the same about the colors and everything, but I like it very much. Okay, next with my Chatelaines is this beauty, which I love. This is Misty Morning Vineyard. And the beautiful peacocks. You can see them. This is a beauty. You can see some of the beads and the details. I'm using the original materials that Martina asked, and that's it. She also offered a different center with some of her you know, treasures, but I didn't get it. I just stitched it as chart in her design with the beads. But yeah, this is Misty Morning, and I love this design. I love it very much. The colors are wonderful, and I need to finish this part. This is a square design, and you have a flower arch, but I finished the 4 peacocks and, you know, the central part. So yeah, when I was stitching this, each one of these had a name. I can't remember exactly the name, but I call them, because there are stitching 1/1. I use 10th stitching, you know, half stitch with two floss, with 2 threads, and I think they look really pretty. Okay, so this is Misty, and this is the Taj Mahal, also from Martina. This is a stitch in a piece of 32 line, and I use Vicky Clayton silks. So you can see all the center is finished, and there's still a lot to do, you know, in the design, but you can get an idea. This fabric is 32 and it's really small. I mean, I used to stitch in 28. I prefer 28, but yeah, I start this in 32. And with the silks, with different silks that Martina asked, but it's really pretty. I mean, it was you know, sometimes in the Facebook groups, we talk about what do you prefer, the silks or the conversion. It all depends. It all depends. I mean, if you like to stitch with the materials that the design pick, that's okay. But for me, at least, it's not imperative to choose exactly the same materials. In my case, sometimes, well, mostly of the times, is a factor of cost. It's really expensive to get all the materials and everything, but I really enjoy choosing new materials or national materials, you know, floss or beads or crystals, and changing things here and there. So it's not difficult, and it's not a problem for me. So I don't know, if you like the original materials, that's okay. If you don't like it, that's also okay. So don't worry about it. Enjoy it. What else? Another chatelaine that I start this year is medieval town mandala. This design I started just this year, and talking about changing the materials, I'm using DMC and Anchor and different metallics, and the fabric is Lugana 25. So this design is going to be a little bigger than all of the, because of the fabric. But I mean, this was what I can get it. So what I can get. So, and I really want to start this design was one of my favorite one. And when I start to getting these kits and everything, I, for a thing or another, I couldn't afford, you know, the kit or the pattern, so I didn't start it. But this year I bought the pattern with Martina, and because of an error, I also bought from 1 to 3 Stitch, but I have a chart in paper and the PDF chart, so was okay anyway. And yeah, I'm changing, making a little conversion with DMC and some floss that I hand dye, and I think it's looking really pretty. You know, here are some butterflies, and yes, as I say, I stitching this in 2025, so it's going to be a big it's going to be big, but I mean, I'm okay with it. It's my work and I really enjoy it. So I guess it's not a good way or a right way to do these kind of things because you do it to enjoy and to create and to make something beautiful, even if only you can appreciate that beauty. You know, it's not the same way for everybody. You have to choose what makes you happy. So that's it. Right now I'm working in St. Petersburg. I'm finished this part of the buildings. I'm adding the backstitch, and that's it. I'm very happy, you know, stitching just a few minutes and not working a lot in this piece, but you know, a stitch is a stitch, so I'm making progress, small progress, but progress. Let me show you my my project bags, because I put a picture in my Instagram, and crafty curator sorry asked me about these bags. So here are my bags. I made it with the Twisted Stitcher you know, tutorial, and here they are. Emily was telling about these little tags, so here I put medieval town mandala and her project bag. And as I was talking about, I'm not using silks, I'm using these threads that I hand dye myself. I dyed, and you know, some of these floss are DMC, some of these are Anchor, and some of them I'm combining. In this particular design, the medieval, the blues of the original silks are really hard to get, but I choose these colors. These are from some from Anchor and some from DMC, but I think they look, you know, against my blouse, they look really nice, so we'll see. Yeah, so these are the materials for medieval, and my bag, my project bag. This is another project bag from Sleeping Princess, you know. This one, oh, the fabric is adorable. This one are the material for Venetian, you know. This one is for Alpine Season by Chatelaines, and I have the materials here. And as I was saying, I make the conversion to DMC and bought a lot of national beads, and you know, I play with all these colors, and you know, these are really large and irregular, but they look okay for me, and that's the important thing. Okay. Another another bag. This one, I love the fabric. This is for linen and threads, the Sal Mystery. Here's my bag. I haven't done a lot of bags, just this one, not for all the project. And this one is the one for St. Petersburg. Yeah. Thank you, Bona. Your tutorials are great. I made this. I finished this pillow with one of your tutorials. I use, you know, it's not perfectly finished, but I use, you know, some materials and everything, but I think it looks really cute. And this week I got some present for a friend from here from Mexico. I sent her you know, a little detail, and she made me these beauties, this and this bag. Oh, it's adorable. I love her. And she's from a little town here in Mexico, Huauchinango. So thank you, Wendy. I love it. Okay, I'm sorry, I'm shaking the table. I think that's my whips. I insert a picture here of where I keep all the whips. And so you can see I use these project bags and these plastic bags. Now I have all the materials out, but usually I paste a little sticker with the picture of the finished design and the name, so I can. It's easy for me. For example, for the Chatelaines, you know, all the materials and the name and the finished picture, everything. So now I have to take it back to every bag. Okay, I guess that's it. I will insert pictures and names and DMC colors, and that's it. Bye. Thank you.